Hi. I am still alive. Hey, what's going on YouTube? This your boy Jamar84 here once again after eons and eons. But I appreciate everybody for being patient with me. I was going through a process where I was looking for um, a new job. So I had to kind of put my YouTube channel on freeze, on ice a little bit, just in case. I ain't want nobody to be prejudiced. Ain't like we do anything crazy over here anyway. I just doing it just in case. But we don't find ourselves a new job, so we back in the business. So I do want to thank y'all for being so patient with me. I'm glad y'all are waiting because I've been really excited to record these things again. So without further ado, all right, we're gonna get back into our animated horror story type T. Now, there's two stories I know for sure that are on my original Llama Arts channel, and then I'm going to go over to my other channels that I know do some sort of animated stories as well that are kind of okay. Animation's not as great, but we're going to support them anyway. So, again, without further ado, let's go into this abduction story, child. Wait, can I still pause? Okay, good.
My name is Josh Roberts, and it's been a year since I was abducted.
Hi,
I
Josh.
remember it like it was yesterday. I was walking home from school. It was about 6 p.m., and there was a full moon and a chill in the air. I stepped off the bus, and for the first time, someone else got off with me. I'd never seen this new kid at school before. I could hear footsteps behind me. I took a quick glance and saw the kid walking at a brisk pace. I thought he was following me, so I took a left, which wasn't my usual route. I looked around again and saw him take the same left. My heart started pumping and my legs started shaking at the
See, So, you know what? Let me show y'all a trick, because y'all, what, for those that don't know, Jamar was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. And if y'all know anything about Detroit, it is not uncommon for people to try you. So this might seem ghetto, a little ratchet, but if you have a nice, good set of keys, okay? And I don't have a lot of keys on my particular key ring right now, but if you have a nice, good set of keys, you put these keys in between your fingers, like when you feel like you might be in some danger, just kind of reach in, grab your keys, kind of like get everything ready, or if you just carry a brass knuckle or whatever. But if you ain't got the money for that, this is a good substitute. So if somebody try you, you get a good grip and wear them out. So that's just a tip for you people who walk home at night, ladies.
sound of the footsteps as they got louder and faster. I then panicked and started running. I remembered a shortcut in the nearby forest to my neighborhood, so I ran as fast as my legs could carry me. "Hey kid, wait up!" said a heavy voice from behind me. I tried my
Hell
hardest
no.
not to stumble on the logs and boulders in my path. I could hear the sound of sticks and leaves being broken by some fast, heavy footsteps. My legs started throbbing as the adrenaline wore off, so I took a detour towards a playground. I stopped to catch my breath, looking around for somewhere to hide. Then it went silent.
To hide.
I was doubtful that I lost him. I took my phone out to call the police when I spotted a local news article. "Caution. There is a suspicious man on the loose. He escaped the local prison and assaulted an officer. Beware. He may look like a teen, but he is in his 20s. If you see him, call 911 immediately and lock your door."
Now, this is unrealistic because, mind you, from the way they just portrayed this, that man looked like he was hot on your tail. Okay? Like he had clear view of you, and yet somehow you walked into this open ass park and had the time to not only pull out your phone, but pull out your phone and listen to a news article? And he hasn't like run up on you and shanked you yet? Like, okay.
My mind started rushing with thoughts, and I started to panic. All of a sudden, someone started choking me with their arm. I tried
What Why did you think that he just stopped and wanted to wait for you to finish reading about how he's a serial killer? Like, girl, you stupid. You was doing all right for a bit. I'm like, okay, you know what? This makes sense. This is a natural reaction. I wish you would have got, kind of stood up and kind of gave him a little bit boop 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 boop. But this was good. But then you got a little stupid. They always let me down and get a little stupid. They be doing real good, and then all of a sudden their brain just goes. So we're gonna see how you gonna get out of this one, Chad.
I tried to fight back, but they were so strong, I didn't stand a chance. My feelings of hope began to diminish as I slowly
Ooh,
blacked
Lord
out.
Jesus.
I awoke to find myself in a dark, damp room that looked like a basement. The floor was hard and cold. There were no windows, but there was a staircase and a bathroom. I tried to move, but I was tied up with a thick rope. Yeah, I got him. How much was the deal? 200? Listen, you gotta do a little better than that. Okay, fine. You'd better bring the right amount, or you'll be tied up like that kid. What? Are they selling me? The guy sounded mad and anxious with whomever he was talking to. Right after he hung up, he opened the door and walked down the stairs with an evil smile. Let go of me! I exclaimed as he taunted me. My arms started to fall asleep due to the tightness of the rope. He came closer to me and I spat in his face.
Oh,
He looked at me in sheer rage.
bitch. At least, okay, listen, girl. Listen, you, you are really not the brightest bulb in the bunch. Because let me tell you something. If I'm at the mercy of somebody who is deranged and I know is armed, I'm not about to be stirring up no shit. Spitting in the man. When you spit in somebody's face, that is the utmost disrespect. You just heard that he is trying to sell you off. He's just here for the money, okay, the coin. I'm not about to antagonize this man. I ain't gonna say Nathan. I'm saying Nathan. It's because this man is. I mean, what would stop him from just offering you right here? Because obviously he wasn't too satisfied with that price that he was given. So you ain't that valuable to him. Why you know he wouldn't just kill you off? You dumb. You stupid. You're stupido. Like what's the tea? Now you stabbed in your leg.
Then the doorbell rang, followed by pounding on the door. The guy grabbed some tape and shut me up before I could scream for help. He slowly backed off, signaling me to keep quiet, and ran towards the front door. I looked around, trying to see what I could use to untie these ropes. I spotted a rusty, sharp edge sticking out of the wall. This was my one hope. I successfully got up and tried with all my might to reach it. As I was trying to cut the rope from my hands, I could hear the commotion upstairs getting heated. I managed to free myself from the ropes when I heard the front door slam. The silence was terrifying. I was frozen in fear. Footsteps started coming towards the door. I choked.
Bitch, I swear I saw something on that floor that you could grab that looked like a pipe or something. I need you to get into survival mode and be like, okay, he got at least a knife. I need you to pick up some. Go in that bathroom, see if you can find hell, a plunger or something. Shit.
And shuffled back to my original position, arms behind my back, wrists tightly locked together. Now where were we? Said the man. He walked towards me, grabbed my ankles, and started dragging me when the phone rang. He dropped me instantly and charged upstairs. I wasn't going to lose this opportunity. I untied my feet, grabbed the closest thing to me, and hid behind some boxes. Now where did you go? He said as he stampeded down the stairs. I heard him getting closer to where I was hiding. I bolted up from behind the boxes and saw him checking the bathroom. As he
Girl. I mean, on one hand, I could see you trying to, sneak out and get you some distance ahead. But baby, if he came up there and depending on, what kind of good old blunt weapon I had, I would have turned around, boop, 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 boop. Wore him out. I'm telling you, I would have wore him to the ground. But you know what? Maybe he ain't got that much strength. He's stabbed in the leg. He losing blood right now. Or maybe he feel, when you get scared, you get little noodle arms and you ain't really got no strength for real. But baby, something with adrenaline, I would have came around and with a whatcha.
He walked out. I struck him over the head with a pole. He
See,
stumbled and fell to the floor. Crimson red pooled around his head. I ran upstairs and out the front door. I stumbled
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Wear him out.
my way to the closest house, screaming. A woman thankfully opened the door. She was shocked and fearful when she saw me. The police were called and I was rushed into the hospital. They're still looking for that man,
What the?
even to this day.
Hello? D- Cha- Well, at least he did. He made some stumbles along the way, but you know what? He came through for it in the end and did exactly what I said he was supposed to do. I'm happy. This is probably one of the few that I can recall out of all these videos I've done where they've really gotten smart all the way through the end and actually made it out, and it made sense. So I'm gonna pause it real quick and then I'm gonna come back with the next one. Okay, so we back with the second video. This was the creepy night shift story part two. I'm not the graveyard shift type of girl, so I don't be doing shit at nighttime and ain't nobody there but you. And nah, that's not my type of tea. So we gonna see.
It was around 3 years ago. I was 17 years old and I worked at the local library in my city. The library was located in the middle of the city, but was totally abandoned in the evenings. I only worked in the evenings, when all the older staff had already gone home. My colleague and I were the only one left there that night. As it was the day before Christmas and a blizzard was going on outside, not one single customer inhabited the building. My colleague Thomas was down at ground level, while I was sitting at my desk on the top level. Normally, I would take the time to study, but it was the holidays and I was completely bored to death. The library was recently renovated, so I could look outside through the big windows that they had put up. I mostly looked at the blizzard going on, thinking about my bike ride home. It was a dark December evening and the snow.
Hold on, the more I think about this, why would a library of all buildings be open on Christmas Eve in the evening? Why is that? Why are they paying somebody to be in the library at night this late? That don't make no sense. Libraries, from what I know, ain't really making no money anyway, because everything you can find in a library, you can find online. So, okay.
Was piling up. I just really wanted to go home. It's really
Same.
snowy out there, Tom. What do you say we close up early? No one's gonna show up anyway. Over. Your jokes are funny. Over. Just 10 minutes before we closed, I heard some people coming up the stairwells. It was some kind of family. One man and a woman with two girls.
Bitch. No, ma'am. I'd be like, ma'am, Halloween was 2 months ago. You are late, honey. Do you see that pair? These people look, and them girls look dead. Look at them hoes. Them hoes look dead. Look at that.
When they came through the door, I immediately saw that they weren't ordinary. The man had a pale, almost white face and wore red lipstick. The woman was also completely pale. They all wore clothing like they used to be in the 17 or 1800s.
They dead.
I just had my history exam, so I recognized it immediately. While I walked towards them, I saw that they were looking around as if they were lost. "Can I help you folks?" I asked them. They looked at me with big eyes, if I was talking Chinese. I almost thought about bailing, but as we just had a meeting about customer satisfaction, I asked again, a bit louder. "Can I help you folks?" They now all looked at me, with a big smile and large eyes. I was totally creeped out and I didn't really know what to do anymore.
Bitch.
"If I can help you, I'll be at my desk," I said, and I quickly walked away. When I was at my desk, I could still see the family just standing there, doing absolutely nothing. Tom, have you seen this family that just came in? Over. No, no one's come through the entrance.
See, I told you, watch him be like, what family? I'm like, oh, I'm telling y'all, I've done this a long time. They dead. All of them are dead.
You good? Over. Now I was even more creeped out. When I looked up, I saw the man walking towards me. From the inside, I could almost cry, but I did my best not to show it. The man stood in front of me with his pale face and called out something in a language I couldn't understand. It sounded like English, but it sort of wasn't. I couldn't make out anything. I looked down at my computer to make it look like I was searching, hoping he would just take off. When I finally looked up, nobody was there. The whole floor was abandoned again. I did a quick sweep of the floor, but I found nobody. As if they just vanished. Just then, my colleague came up the stairs, and I told him what happened. He didn't believe me, and I thought I was trying to scare him. Luckily, there were security cameras in the library, so we could just watch what happened, right? After we closed the library, we went to the security office in the building and looked at the footage from
You
earlier
ain't
that
gonna see
evening.
nothing.
What I saw then was the creepiest thing ever. I was talking to nobody. The whole family wasn't on the screen. It was just me, talking to myself.
See, I mean, I wish they could have explained that a little bit more, but I told you they were dead. I told you they was dead. Mm-mm. But see, all right, so this is the last of Llama Arts. But we're gonna have to see if this other channel is gonna give me what I need. They have more videos, but we'll give them a chance. Okay, so we back. I'm gonna try to make this one a little bit longer because again, we've been gone for a while. So I'm gonna do this one and then I'm gonna do one more after that and then we'll be done. But this one is called Creepy Guy Who Stalked Me Through TikTok. Now, for those of you who follow who just may not know, I have created my own little TikTok. I upload a video every now and then. She's cute or whatever. You can follow me at Jamar840, so Jamar840 on TikTok. Show me some love on there. I appreciate it. And yeah, let's see. This one is what caught my eye. So I'm like, oh, I love me some TikTok now. So let's see what the tea is.
This happened pretty recent, about 3 weeks ago. Myself and 3 friends were hanging out at a shopping center one evening. We were messing around posting clips on TikTok. Then one of my friends started laughing, and I asked her what she was laughing at. She told me that guy behind us kept staring at me. When I turned around,
Oh,
it was some older guy just watching me. He had black sunglasses, a cap, an old Adidas tracksuit with scuffed up shoes, and had a disgusting looking beard.
ooh.
My friends thought it was hilarious, but I found it really weird. Then another one of my friends said she thinks that guy lives on her street, about a few houses down from her. She said that he actually follows her on TikTok. At that point, I quickly got my phone out to check if he was following me, and he was.
Oh,
I had to block
wow.
him because he seemed a bit creepy. We went to get McDonald's before we went home, and I received a message on TikTok from someone. It was that guy who had been following us. His name was Greg,
Oh,
and he wrote,
not why did you block me? Oh, shit. First of all, how are you sending me a message right now? Did you make another account? Oh, no, 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 no. Girls, again, I I can't stress this technique enough. Get you a good old set of mean keys and be ready to go if they try you. Get you some pepper spray. Hell, get a license to carry and carry a gun, bitch. Hell.
"Why did you block me?" with 2 emojis. One was a crying face, and the other one was an angry face. He had actually created another account that day in the shopping center. I blocked that account as well, hoping that would be the end of it. I didn't mention it to my friends this time, knowing they would just laugh. That night, I was up late and had Netflix on in the background as I was chatting with my friends on Facebook while scrolling through TikTok. I got up to use the bathroom, and when I returned, I had 3 messages from my friends, all saying the same thing. All were things like, "Who's in your room?"
What?
and "What's up with your last post?" I asked them what they were talking about, and they told me to check my TikTok, so I did. It was a clip of my bedroom. It was a clip of someone picking up my phone and recording the inside of my room. At that point, I heard a creaking. Then I heard a man's voice say,
Ooh.
"Sorry. Please don't scream." And turned to see my closet door slightly open. I started to scream when the same guy who had been following us burst out of my closet and tried to cover my mouth. Thank God I screamed and it was enough for my parents to hear. They came upstairs and my
Bitch, wear him out. Bitch, I saw you. Ooh. Bring it back. I'm just imagining that view of the father seeing somebody, some strange man on top of your daughter like that. Oh no, you dead. I feel like you don't enter my house. I have all right to kill you. I'm sorry. The officer, yes, I sure did it. He's right upstairs. Mm-hmm. He sure is. Mm-hmm. Bitch, and how the hell did he get into the house? I'm gonna need y'all to start locking y'all doors and shit. Did he climb through the window? Girl?
dad tackled the guy to the floor. The police were called and he was arrested. We were informed that the guy had straight up admitted to stalking and breaking and entering.
Oh, shit.
One of my friends pointed out, if I go back and look at the post on TikTok from when we were in the shopping center, you can see Greg is in almost all of those pictures, somewhere in the background. I haven't heard what's going to happen to Greg yet, but I just hope he won't ever come near us again.
Oh, hell.
Just as you always have.
Mm-mm. Honey? See, this is... Be careful what you use on your social medias, child, because don't be putting your address and putting pictures and stuff of your room and what your background and stuff look like. Get you a plain background that can't nobody identify from no window. None of that, because these people are crazy out here. Okay, so we back. Now this one is a short one, so I'm actually gonna do another one after this. Okay, I'm trying to give y'all what you want, and I'm really enjoying these. So I'm actually gonna make this a little bit longer because I'm having fun. So this is my true horror story about my dad, which is an interesting twist. So let's see what this is.
When I was 9, my father had died. I didn't know how and why. I was just sad about it. I soon got over it and would just look at the pictures I had of him. After some time had passed, I constantly saw him. Whenever I saw him, I told my mom, "Daddy's home, Mommy. Daddy's back from his long trip." Well, she thought those were recurring dreams, and maybe a sign that I wasn't handling his death well. Whenever I told her, she would just take me and my sister out to get some ice cream. I soon stopped telling her, because after we moved across the city where I lived, which is Reno, Nevada, I still saw him sometimes in my 6th grade class. One time, when my best friend and I were working during math class, I saw my dad sitting beside me. Then I whispered to my friend that my dad was right next to me and that he constantly followed me around. But he was different from how I remembered, because there was always a bullet hole on the left side of his forehead near his hairline.
Oh,
In the 7th grade, he still followed me around and always frowned every time he saw my stepdad either hitting me or screaming at me. My stepdad
what? You didn't say this, bitch?
was kind of tough, so he did that to me sometimes. Whenever my stepdad would enter the room, he got mad at him. I heard my dad gently one time in a dream tell me that he had killed himself because of my mom. He said that
Oh, oh no. Oh no.
my mom cheated on him and always yelled at him saying he wasn't good at being a father. Over the summer between 9th and 10th grade, I was in summer school taking the second semester of Algebra 1.
What?
I was sitting at the front by the door when all of a sudden, something outside caught my attention. My dad was staring in through the window of the door.
What the fuck? Oh my God.
His eyes were empty. I was horrified being watched by him. He came into the room and sat
Oh
at the empty desk next to me.
no.
And I knew that he was not the same. I felt something was going wrong. I've grown up now, but I still see him a lot. And he's always whispering in my ear and telling me that my mom is the one who should have died, not him.
Oh, wow. That got dark real fast. I did not anticipate that. I can't even lie. And see, Mama was over there just trying to be like, "Oh, let me buy you some ice cream, make everything feel better." No, bitch, she was being a trifling whore and cheating on this man. And this man just said, "Fuck it." Boom. Lord have mercy. Well, and then wait a minute. Hold on, Mama. I gotta talk to you for a second because explain to me the logic I, of how bad this man could have been. You was berating him, talking about he was a bad father, but yet you cheat on him with a man who beats your child. Help me understand it to make it make sense. But here, y'all comment about that below. I want to hear your thoughts on this. So we're gonna do this one last one. Okay, it's called "My Ex-Colleague Tried to Kill Me." You know what? Who's this? Juan C. Yeah, Juan C. Entertainment. They animation may not be, oh, excuse me, as good, but the stories, I'm feeling some of these stories. I ain't gonna lie. So let's see what this new one is giving. All right. So this is "My Ex-Colleague Tried to Kill Me." Lord, child, let me get my drink.
Back when I was 21 years old, I was a strategic firearms commander. This meant that I led a team into dangerous situations that oftentimes involves hostages or civilians who carried guns or other deadly weapons. I had a second-in-command firearms commander working beside me. His name was Callum, and he was my best friend. We always hung out outside of work. While on duty, he would always joke around and make us crack a smile, even when we were dealing with pretty distressful stuff. We once had a case where a man had possession of a firearm, and we were assigned to take care of it. Callum seemed particularly eager and jumped out of the van before it even came to a full stop. When the rest of the team reached the scene, the man was already shot. Callum still had the gun in his hand.
What?
Soon after, I asked Callum why he was so eager to do it. And then he said he had no specific reason. He was just excited. I believed him because he was my best friend. Later on, when I was looking at the man who was shot, I looked him up on social media and realized that he and Callum added each other on Facebook. Upon further investigation, I realized that there were thousands of messages sent between the two.
What?
Where Callum revealed sensitive information about several operations.
Oh no. Yo. This man snitch. That was his man's. Like, they was fucking. Oh. Oh, he broke up with him and he was wearing him out. He said, Ra-da-da-da. Okay, let me. Oh, girl. Well, I'm loving these stories. I might have to come back here for these stories, honey. These are good.
Knew that he killed this man on purpose, but I had no way of proving it. He was taken to court and was sentenced to 3 years in jail for perverting the court of justice. I testified against him and was no longer his friend. When I was 24 years old, I was still on the firearms team. All that happened with Callum was behind me, and I was happy with my life. One night I went home really late after work. As I walked to my apartment, I realized that it was trashed. I called the police and they reported it, but there was not much they could do because I didn't have a CCTV. As I got into bed, I saw that there was a note on my bedside table. All it said was, "Remember me?" I instantly recognized Callum's handwriting.
Oh.
Now that he was out of prison, I thought that he would move on with his life. I was so wrong. This was his revenge. The next day, I went to the underground parking lot and I saw that my windscreen was smashed. It was clear that he wasn't over me testifying against him. Soon after, I also saw him near my apartment.
Oh.
I ran after him, but he ignored me and ran away. I tried calling his old number, but it was no longer in service. Then an envelope was sent through my door, and it contained hundreds of photos of me at work, home, and even out with my girlfriend at clubs and restaurants.
Yo.
These were all taken very recently. The last one, though, was a picture of Callum and I from years ago, and on the other side, written with a big red marker, were the words, "You're dead." I reported this as stalking and hoped he would end up back in prison. The police had gone to his listed address, but there was no one there. In fact, all of his bags were packed. I knew he was still in the area somewhere, though. One day I was by myself in an unmarked car, and I saw this Toyota Yaris, and it was driving close behind me. It was my gut instinct to get the plate number checked, and I was going to. But then I got a Priority 1 announcement on the radio saying there was a crazy man on a bus who had a knife and stabbed someone. I turned on my sirens and blue lights and headed to the accident. As I got on the bus, he was already arrested, and the ambulance was already there as well. As I was about to leave the bus, I heard a loud bang, and a man on the bus fell down. He was shot through the window by a man who was wearing a black hoodie. He immediately ran. I ran out of the bus and went to the boot of my car. I got my MP5 SF out, which was a large rifle with sniper capabilities. I ran after the suspect and radioed in. They gave me an order of critical shot, which meant I could shoot to kill the suspect. He ran through the town center and went to the left. I was worried about public safety as he had a large rifle as well. I realized instead of running after him, I needed to get on a roof and shoot down. I went to this building that had views of the right and left. It took me 5 minutes, and I was worried that he would have run away by now. As I got to the roof, I turned my gun to the sniper level. I used the eyepiece to scan, and I saw a man in a black hoodie running. I fired a shot, and he fell to the ground. By the time I got there, more armed policemen came to the area. I was shocked to see Callum. He was the one who followed me in the car behind me, and that shot in the bus was meant for me. But he missed. Callum was dead. I felt sad, but also relieved that this was all over. The man shot in the bus survived, and I was promoted for my diligent work. I'm still working in the force.
Honey. Well, oh Lord. That was, girl, that was something else. I couldn't even really say much in that. I was just so far into the damn story. I was just, ooh, child. Anyway. Oh, girl. I thank y'all so much for watching. I really do. Wait. I'm trying to burp, but it's not coming out. Make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video. Please share these videos. We want these videos to get much more viewership. Get out to a much greater audience. I'm definitely going to have to start posting clips of my favorite parts of these videos on my Instagram. And if you're not following on my Instagram, why are you not? The listing of the Instagram should be below in the video description, but if not, just go on Instagram and follow me at Jamar84. That's Jamar. numbers 8 and 4. That's across all social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and my Facebook page. So if you want to support me, I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.